Hey guys, Atreyu is back, and today I've decided to bring back LCMs. If you're new, you may not know what an LCM is, but the acronym stands for Loc Community Meeting. I've been asked by several people to bring the LCMs back because it does give the Loc community an opportunity to have discussions about important issues. And so, with today's Loc Community Meeting, I want to discuss Natural Nirvana, her decision to comb out her locks, and the crazy backlash that she got. So let's get to it. Atreyu is here. Welcome to my channel. Atreyu, Alright, so I remember Natural Nirvana when I still had my Atreyu Locs channel, and I'm pretty sure she started making videos after me, or at least Loc videos after me. She's been doing, a whole bunch of stuff and on other social platforms, social media type platforms long before me, but I remember her starting her Loc journey and documenting it on YouTube, and I think now currently she has like 14,000 subscribers, so she's done well. I remember even making a video for her to kind of thank her. She promoted me in one of her videos. Actually, it was the the video that I first put out on the Atreyu Locs channel, the one that I just recently put out. I think it's a couple of videos back now, talking about asking if there's favoritism in the Loc community. So she sort of did a video response to that video when I put it out from the Atreyu Locs channel. And then to kind of thank her, because I was getting like all these subscribers, and I'm like, where are these people coming from? And when I watched the video, I found out. So we've had some very cool interactions, Natural Nirvana and myself, over our time on YouTube, and it's been really cool. And I've been very proud of her for just being able to grow her channel to the point that it is right now. I mean, 14,000 subscribers. But recently, she made the decision to comb out her locks. So, you see a video, her with these huge, just beautiful locks, right? Like, I feel like her set of locks probably make a lot of people develop Loc envy, because they're just, they're just wonderful. And obviously they have their imperfections, which people can't necessarily see when they're watching a video on YouTube from their phone or from, a laptop or something, computer. But the imperfections are also what make her locks beautiful, her set beautiful, in my opinion. And anyone's set of locks beautiful, So you see that video, and then the next video you see like this long, beautiful, dark flowing hair, it's like Pocahontas, and it's kind of shocking, right? Because if you don't follow her on other social media, then you're just kind of like, wow, you're expecting to see Natural Nirvana with her beautiful locks or whatever, but instead you see her with this beautiful, like, straightened hair. And my first thought was like, wow, this is, I'm happy for her, because she seemed happy, and I know that she had been kind of battling, struggling with the Loc journey at different points, trying to figure out exactly what she wanted to do with her hair. And she was retwisting, and then she went to semi-freeforming, and then I think she started retwisting again. She might have gone through that cycle a couple of times, which is not uncommon when you're on a Loc journey. Like, you're always trying to figure out things, always trying to figure out what's best for you, always trying to figure out what you want to do. So, that's what the journey is about. And so it wasn't terribly shocking, other than, comparing locks to this long, beautiful, straight hair. But, I knew that she had been kind of struggling, and she even said it with the decision about whether or not she should comb out her locks. So it wasn't like a terrible shock where I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe Natural Nirvana, I'm tweeting about it like it's, it wasn't on that level, but it was just like, oh wow, she made her decision. But what really bothered me about her decision is that so many people responded so negatively to it, and I just couldn't understand. It's like, why are you getting so upset with her decision to comb out her locks? It's her hair, you know? Reading in the comments, I mean, just the mean comments that people, the hateful comments that people were leaving. And it's not like the typical, what do you call it, trollers, right? It wasn't just like people trolling. These were people that had once supported her, you know, who said, oh, I'm unsubscribing now, you know? That's not the typical troller, right? This is someone that literally flipped the script on her, and I just found it to be so sad, you know? Natural Nirvana, in her time, being on YouTube, documenting her Loc journey, has done a lot for the Loc community, has been so transparent, so real, you know, with her late night Loc talks. You know, she found the time to do it when, even though she has children, you know, young children, she's married, you know, she's busy, but she still carved out time to try to contribute to the Loc community by documenting her journey and by highlighting, you know, successes and failures, and just giving people a real accurate depiction of what it means to be on a Loc journey. The good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And so it's like, wow, just because she makes the decision now to end her journey, like people just kind of, so many people, not everyone, right? Last time I checked, she still, I think she had like 600 and something likes on that video, but like a third, 200 dislikes. So the majority of the people are still, you know, that support her, have continued to support her and her decision. But just so much hate there. And, you know, I don't know Natural Nirvana personally, you know, but I just have to imagine that she probably found that pretty hurtful. And when I went to her video today, I saw that she had disabled the comment section, you know, she disabled her comments. So, which I say good for her, you know. That was one of the reasons why I ended the Atreyu Locs channel, because it's one of the reasons. It was incurring like some negativity, and I'm like, you're not going to use my channel to be negative, even if you are a troller. Like I will not allow it. I will delete my channel before I allow that. So that could have been, you know, partially her reasoning to disable the comment section. Maybe it was having, you know, a negative effect on her to incur such hate. But I say good for her for disabling her comments. And so in today's LCM, I want to ask you guys, why do you think people respond so negatively when, say, a locker either cuts off their locks or comb out their locks? Why do you think there is such a strong reaction, emotional reaction? Here's what I believe. I'm going to throw a little psychology your way. I believe that people seek to enhance themselves a lot of times, especially with big names, famous people. You know, I have Michael Jackson's glove, someone may say, and they brag about that. This is just a hypothetical, by the way. I don't know anyone that has it, and I definitely don't have it, but this is an example. So I have Michael Jackson's glove. Why would you say that? Why would you proclaim that from the mountaintops? Okay, so you have Michael Jackson's glove. The reason that people do that is because they're trying to enhance their own value, their sense of self. And so they believe that by sort of leeching on and attaching themselves to a famous person, that enhances their self-image and their value, right? How many people have you heard saying, you may not know personally, but say, oh yeah, I know such and such, or I have his phone number. You know, I forget, I was just watching someone's video and they were like, I have, who was it? Justin Locs. He was talking about how he has, what's her name? Francesca, what's her name? I know her as Jessica Locs, but he uses like, Ramses. Yeah. Francesca Ramses, he has her husband's phone number because of big things that are happening with him. And I'm not saying that he's doing it, but, you know, he's like, I'm like that much closer, you know, to to Jessica Locs. And so I think subconsciously a lot of us like to attach ourselves to these big people because it enhances our own sense of self. In the case of Justin Locs, bro, I got love for you, so I gotta clarify so people don't think that you're, just doing that because she's a well-known person. I think that, you said that you appreciate, what she has done and what she stands for with like LGBT and just various types of prejudices. So I understand that. And there are always exceptions to the rule. But I think the vast majority of people, when it's a famous person, big YouTubers, right? I got a shot with let's see who's someone that's big. Like Fousey2, can I get a picture? He would always complain about how people wouldn't want to get to know him, they just wanted a picture with him. Why? Because they can show that picture of themselves with him to other people to enhance their sense of self. And so I think the same thing happens and has happened in the case of Natural Nirvana. I think people feel betrayed. I think people feel like she just is, I don't know, that it's just hard for me to come up with because I don't see it that way, but I'm trying to get into their heads. They feel like she has let them down, but what they don't realize is that it's her decision and it was always her decision. And I personally believe that if you're that bothered by her decision to cut off her locks, then you were following her, and I hate that word as well. You were subscribed to her, you were watching her content for the wrong reasons. For people that say, oh, she motivated me and she encouraged me to start my journey, well, that hasn't changed just because she combed out her locks, right? That fact is still present. It's unchanged. It's drifting into eternity now. It's locked in stone. She helped you, she encouraged you to start your journey and to continue. Okay, now you're on your way with your journey. What more do you want from her? As far as I know, her lock videos are still there. So what's the problem? It's clearly not just that she inspired you or helped you start out, it's because there was more to it than that. And maybe you started to put her up on a pedestal and you started to develop this sort of unhealthy attraction and relationship to her, right? So I think if you are that upset where you're sending hate her way, then that's a clear sign that you were not in it, not subscribed to her, not following her for the right reasons. And you need to ask yourself, why are you in the lock journey? I mean, people that say, oh, Natural Nirvana is life. Like, really? This human being, this fellow human being, this fellow flawed human being, because we're all flawed, is life for you? And I understand that there are a lot of young people who don't have a lot of life experience yet. I can understand them saying those things. But when I look at people's channels and when I look at even their profile pic, the YouTube profile pic, they've been around the block a couple of times. They should have enough life experience to know better than to fall into such traps and to think in that sort of way. And this kind of also ties very well into Yanni the Lockologist on Facebook. She recently put out a video about how she needed to take a step back because people are so negative. She said that here I am trying to help you guys, It's not about the money for me, it's not about the following for me. She also hates the word following and followers. It's about trying to make a difference, trying to help her people, as she likes to say, but to help people, period. And how was she repaid? By negativity. And it's so frustrating and infuriating for her that she, took a step back for a bit. More recently, she's put out a couple of videos, but yeah, it's just crazy. And I understand you have people that are going to troll, right? Keyboard warriors is the term I heard and love and just chuckle every time I hear keyboard warrior. It's like, take that, But of course, if you were face to face with them, they would never. So it's just so funny. But yeah, it's just crazy, There's so much negativity, It is very discouraging, and I just feel bad for Natural Nirvana. And I know she's a very strong woman, and I'm sure, even if the backlash that she has received recently for her decision to comb out her locks, even if that makes her sad, I know she is strong enough to get past it. So, Natural Nirvana, if you happen to stumble upon this video, I just want to thank you personally for your contribution to the Loc community. I've enjoyed your content for sure. And yeah, haters are gonna hate, right? And you know that, I'm sure this hasn't been the first time that you've, received or incurred hate from people. So, but I want to be a different voice, and I want to say thank you for your contribution. Thank you for documenting and sharing your Loc journey with us, and I wish you much success in wherever you go and with whatever you do from here on out. Okay? So, yeah, it's been real. Alright, so, Sebbies, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your thoughts on the backlash that Natural Nirvana received, and I want to know how you feel about it. Like, do you find it unfair? Do you think it's deserved? Do you feel like she's a traitor? Do you feel like she has betrayed the Loc community? as just illogical as that sounds to me. Yeah, and I mean, I know as well, Joyce MD, Joyce, she's in the process of combing out her locks. And why does Joyce MD not sound right to me? I don't know. I will put a picture and her name, the name there. I just keep hearing black hair compass, black hair compass. She's in the process of combing out her locks. I think she anticipates being done maybe somewhere in December, maybe even a little bit, later. And, like, I'm connected with her on Instagram. So I see the comments and I see her post, and people have been sort of I don't know, it maybe hasn't been hate, but it's just like, oh no, like why, or, and people don't realize that, like, it's your decision, it's your decision. It was your decision to start your journey, it's your decision to end the journey, and I think the only appropriate response is thank you. If you have enjoyed someone's content, if you've been watching it consistently and faithfully, then why not thank them? How can you just flip the script? How can you just turn on a person, someone who you claim to, be a supporter of, so quickly? To me, that suggests that maybe the loyalty was never there. Maybe you weren't a supporter of that person. So I, encourage everyone that watches this to really question yourselves, to really look inside and figure out why you are subscribed to the people that you are. And you don't have to wait for someone to comb their locks out or to cut off their locks to think about how you would respond or react. Like, you can ask yourself, how would I respond if, such and such cut off their locks? Would that crush me? Would that affect in any meaningful way my own journey? For me, the answer is no. I mean, I've seen several people, cut off their locks. I've seen people who used to, be about doing Loc videos who no longer. They may still have locks, but they don't do Loc videos anymore. I'm not crushed. I'm not cursing them out. Thank you. Thank you. So, I just think that that's the least that we can do, We should support our lockers. If we're a part of this Loc community, we should support them while they have locks and after, because, as people always say, once a locker, always a locker. So, and just because they cut their hair doesn't mean that they've lost their Loc knowledge or they've forgotten what it means and what it feels like to have locks. This goes also back to what I said in one of my previous videos a while back. We're more than our hair. Like, we are. Natural Nirvana is more than her hair. She's still the beautiful, spirited, compassionate person, despite the fact that her hair is no longer locked up. And people need to see that. And so I just want to say, thank you to all of my subscribers, new and old. And I really just hope that as my channel continues to grow, it grows with quality over quantity in mind. Right now, I don't even have 1,200 subscribers. but the interactions that I've had with people, they've been great. They've been wonderful. They've been invaluable. Natural Nirvana, she has 14,000 subscribers, and yeah, she's receiving a lot of hate unfairly. It's unfounded in my opinion. But if ever my channel gets, that big, I just hope that it grows in terms of quality over quantity, because I would prefer to have fewer real, loving, compassionate subscribers than a million where, a third of those people are really not about me and for me, and can quickly just turn on me with such vile hatred, quite honestly. So, as always, please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions the heart to not really love at all. Please don't be shy. If you've never participated in an LCM, I welcome everyone's thoughts. This is how we learn, by listening to each other, right? And by exchanging ideas and bouncing thoughts off of one another, by sharing, essentially. So don't be shy. This is a safe place. And I will not, just like with the Atreyu Locs channel, I will not tolerate negativity on this channel either. So you're safe, and if I see anything inappropriate, then don't worry, I will quickly remove that comment. So voice your opinions, and I look forward to interacting with you. Atreyu is out.